Life is a great mystery, and the first field that emerges from life is consciousness, which is another great mystery. It's only recently that we begin to give a lot of attention to consciousness. And you realize easily that consciousness has got many different stratas and many different zones. The two major ones is conditioned consciousness, which is you, I in this moment. Tomorrow is another conditionality comes in, or emergency, or fear, or concern. So we are living in a zone in this world, conditioned consciousness. But this conditioned consciousness emerges and is energized by a higher level, cosmic level, God consciousness, divine consciousness, pure consciousness. You can give it 20 more names, but there is this field, boundless, eternal, timeless consciousness, from which you have this miracle of consciousness every instant, every moment. Every moment has got a connection to the sacred. That's why if you are in the now, then you are connected with timelessness. Now, as humanity began to evolve, just over 1 million years ago or so, then we were reaching a point of touching the higher zone of consciousness. Religion or fears of it or death or meaning of afterlife, none of these occurred 5 million years ago. It's a very recent phenomenon. After billions of years of evolution, we reached a point being settled now in small communities, agriculture-based, 10, 15,000 years ago. People began to wonder, what is it? Where did we come from? What is death? Who is God, if there is? What? And then you had these wonderful packages of different local as well as universal religions. There was always something about them that was culturally connecting, the language, the ethos, the time, the priorities of a religion. If it was in a very cold environment, will be very different from that if it is in a desert and hot environment. So there was a local issue in them, and there was a universal inner core or state, which to do with God, the infinite, boundless, eternal. So Islam is subjected to the same thing, is that there is this amazing reality, entity, eternity, whatever, that permeates everything, known and unknown. And from that entity, then life emerges, and with that comes this idea of individuality. My life, your life, his life. All of this can be understood better if you go into the story of arwah, souls or spirits. This is another zone of consciousness. We have not spent much time or effort to understand or reflect upon it. We have been too preoccupied with our day-to-day survival and improvement of our standard of living. For that reason, the issue of spirits, souls, and how do we relate to that of a horse or a cat had not been really being part of the culture of day-to-day life. It's mostly about how do you earn with your job, and your house, and your clothes, and all of the other peripheral things. That is why suffering is increasing. We've not been addressing the most important reason why we're here. It's a temporary journey from the unknown, unseen, back into the unknown and the unseen. In the meantime, I have a mind, and the physical part of it is a brain, to try and mediate between my soul or spirit, which is divine, boundless, timeless, and that so-called me, which is got a biographical thing, has got a color of skin, it has been born into a culture, and so on and so on. So religion is supposed to tries to address all of these issues. Who am I? Where am I? What is death? Why do I fear death? Why do I seek security? What does that mean? So these have been the main, if you like, advantages of these religions, to bring stability to people. So there is not too much chaos. You can't do that. You can't steal. You can't abuse. You can't cause harm, and so on and so on. So as you improve on your humanity. Humanity exists because of divinity. Once you have improved as best as you can on your humanity, then I think you can be at the door of silence, prayers, meditation, reflection, to lose conditioned consciousness, and hopefully by grace be touched by divine consciousness, which is ever there and the source of all consciousness. So religion is an attempt to bring quietness to the mind, understanding of issues higher than culture and locality and the mind, and ultimately to show you and me and he and she that God is in charge. If you truly are on that path, then you have no sorrow and no fear. If you know God, who is the most perfect, the cosmic governor, is in charge. So why are you worried? Why are you suffering? Why do you complain? So if you have attained to the pinnacle of the purpose of the religion, then your life on earth will be the best possible. I'm doing my best. I've failed, I've succeeded. But ultimately, God is in charge. He managed to bring about success from a very difficult situation. He brought failure to a situation we all thought we are succeeding. Can never tell. So that is the issue.